So welcome to our food forests. What you're looking at here is an intentionally designed forest that will mimic a natural forest, but every element you see here is either food or it is here to support our human creativity. We need to create as much life and death as we possibly can to create living forest floors. And once you establish a living forest floor, then you actually are establishing something that could last for a long time. So yeah, come on, let's walk and take a look at our forest. This system doesn't need to be watered. We haven't watered it in almost a year. We watered it for the first few months when it was getting established, but now it retains enough moisture because there's enough plant life on the ground and above that it holds in the moisture. So irrigation, it will eventually become a thing of the past once we learn how to design with nature. You know, because I mean, who waters the forests? No one gets up in the morning and waters the forest. A few weeks ago, I discovered that inside the trunks of these bananas are massive amounts of worms, which just totally started getting my mind going in some crazy spaces. So now we've been planting these bananas, the ones that really thrive inside of our forest, to utilize as a chop and drop. So we could just chop these guys down and turn them into big old logs full of worms and start feeding those to our fruit trees. So let me show you what these worms look like in here. So as these leaves shed themselves and they start to decompose, the worms are going up and down the banana stalks and starting to take them apart and are pretty much crapping in there and making worm fertilizer inside the banana trees. So I just can't think of anything more valuable than that. Look at this right here. Watch this as I pull this open. Now, that should tell you that we're starting to create fertility here. How amazing is that? I just discovered it a few weeks ago, dude. I was chopping these down and I'm like, I see worms flying. Where are these worms flying from? And I was chopping them fairly high. They were way up here. Here you guys can go back home now. Thank you for your demonstration. So we just need to come out here and cover up every single one of them so the rats don't eat them. And it's hard. This is all volunteer based, no one lives here. So it takes a lot of work to maintain something like this. And right now, if you don't harvest it, nature will. And nature is harvesting it, so can't complain. Rats are taking care of it. Look at this rack over here, that's looking gorgeous. How awesome is that, yeah? One beautiful thing about these permaculture systems is you stack in time and you stack in layers, okay? So in the layers, we're stacking different edible things. So the ground is covered in sweet potato, that's food. The medium story is gonna be things like these edible perennial collard greens and this chaya bushes that are all edible, right? And then the taller trees are gonna be our big fruit trees. And like the medium stories will be like these papayas. So every single layer will produce fruit. We'll have a vine layer like lilicois and chayotes that will take those unused spaces and give us food, because a forest is always trying to fill itself up. And if you don't give it the plants that you want it to grow, it'll fill it up with weeds, right? Now that's stacking in layers. Now the stacking in time is, right now, all of our fruit trees are babies. They've only been in the ground for a year now, so they're all, between 3 and 10 foot tall. And we won't be getting any fruit for them for at least another 2 years. Some of the citrus are starting to come on right now. But that's why we plant things like these papayas. Now, in between all the fruit trees, we have 30 feet that is not being utilized. So we have just choke loads of papayas. We planted like 80 papaya trees in here, and with all the intention of trying to create food fast, right? So all these green papayas are like lettuce on a stick. You could take these and shave them down and use them as lettuce, right? Or you could wait for them to turn yellow and ripe and you can eat them as papayas. So you got to be able to stack in the time and the layers. and then you get the most out of it. And I mean, I don't know how long I'll be here as far as being a steward of this place, but that I think is one of the most important things humanity has to do right now. We have to be able to put our effort into things that are going to be around longer than ourselves. I hate to say it, but I feel like people are very self-centered these days. And if we would spend more time with nature, like this system right here could be around for generations and generations, like hundreds of years. Eventually it'll be so established that it won't need anybody to take care of it, and it'll be reproducing itself. As in, like, we'll start to find the babies and the grandkids of these trees on the other side of the property, because the birds and the rats and everything will be taking the seeds other places. So if we know how to work with nature, we could be in good shape. But we can't think in the instant gratification mind frame. And right now, our agricultural system is based on the instant gratification because everything's based on money, and you have to turn profits. And nature doesn't give a shit about profits. So we just kind of have to slow down and think long term and think natural time. And I think that's where we get caught up. We think in human time. We don't think in nature time, you know? Like trees, they take their time. They don't care how much of a rush you're in. See, Isaac right here, like, this project is amazing because there's only a few people here that take care of this place. And the food is here. If you get it or not, it's here. But it's only here for a little bit of time. So if you don't get it when it's here, the birds are gonna get it, or the rats are gonna get it, or something else is gonna eat it. So whenever you see it turning, you grab, because it doesn't last, you know? So that's the other thing. Nature doesn't store things. That's a human idea, you know? Like, we try to store all of our food. And if you just let it, if you just go with the flow, the food is there when you need it. And if you are actually planting seeds intentionally all the time and have your heart into it, you'll always have food. Awesome. Right, bounty. Awesome, dude. These are almost ripe. Let's grab a few more. You have any more room? Hook me up.
So, I mean, is this like this is a community forest then? I mean,
yeah.
Literally anyone?
Well, as long as you put time into it, it's here for the people that are here for it. So it's not for people that come in and say, oh, I want papayas and I want sweet potatoes and I'm gonna dig them up and leave. You come in here and you become part of the community. You put your effort into the forest. The forest is here for you to take from, you know? So, I mean, this is my seed bank. This is my living seed bank. I come here and I take sweet potato slips, I take chai cuttings and edible hibiscus and anything that I need for my own personal projects. And I put in a lot of time. So it all balances out. I come over here and I do my grocery shopping, man. I go home with sweet potatoes. I go home with, I would go home with bucket loads of cassava. No one else was even eating it because we don't know how to eat it yet. So we're still on that learning curve, you know? So the food is here for the people that are ready for it. But we're still on that curve. I mean, people aren't really connected with their food right now. And that's why we gotta relearn all this. You know, we gotta learn by doing and sharing it with each other. Every time new people come in, they bring in new skills, you know? Some of my homies come in and they have Asian backgrounds. So they're like, look at all these pigeon peas, and they collect up all the pigeon peas and shuck them and they make food out of them. And I mean, I haven't done that. It's not part of what I grew up with, you know what I mean? So as everybody plugs in, they bring in different skills and different knowledges, and that's how we learn. We all learn from each other. We have people that come here and all they do is cook. We have people that come and all they do is play music in the forests, you know, and they don't even pick up any tools. So everybody just brings whatever is their specialty and plugs in, and then that makes that much more of a unified community, because that's what you need. You need many different hands for many different kinds of skills, you know. So yeah, we learn so much together. We learn so much together.